Who is that gorgeous girl? Look at that gorgeous face. Who's that? She's growing, guys. She's growing. There you go, baby. What is going on, guys? My name is Joe Mills. Welcome back to my channel. Now, if you probably already know what we're going to be doing, but if you're new here, this is not a bed building channel. That being said, we are going to be building a bed in this episode, and we're going to be doing it for hopefully under £100. Now, the reason this video has come about is because a good friend of mine has set me the challenge to see if I can produce a king-size bed for under £100. And that does include everything, guys. This is not just the timber or anything. This is everything from screws, nails, glue, brackets, wood, everything and anything that's needed to build a king-size bed and to build a good one. Because although £100 is a considerable amount of money, it's not really a lot of money when you're looking at buying a brand new bed. Now, I have seen online that you can get a king-size bed around that kind of price. You know, around £105, £115 plus. But they are made with inferior materials. You know, for example, even the wood is really, really thin. And, you know, all of the beds around the £100 mark have got terrible reviews online for basically not standing the test of time and having the slats go, legs, you know, buckling, and it just really being a very unpleasant experience and a waste of money. So I am going to aim to build a king-size bed for under £100, and I'm going to plan to build one that would sort of replicate, you know, if you had a £300 budget, what you could achieve with a £300 budget, you know, bed-wise. So we got £100 and we're looking to build something as sturdy as a £300 bed. I think that's where I was going with that, guys. I went off a little bit, but that's the gist of what we're going to be doing. Now, as always, I don't have a plan. I've got no idea what I'm doing. This is a really good start to the video, I know, but yeah, I've never built a king-size bed. I have built two beds in my previous van, and I don't like the idea of any sort of bed having, you know, thin slats and, you know, legs and sticky out bits you can catch your shin on. So I've got a mental image of what I want to put together, and I've got a handful of tools, one of which is the electric saw that I got sent from Evolution, which will be featuring in the video. If anyone wants to see the actual review, I'll leave a card on the screen and a link in the description. But that is going to aid me in getting a lot of these pieces of timber cut, you know, very, very straight, and hopefully we'll have a nice square bed at the end of it. So yeah, put the kettle on, make yourself, you know, your favourite cup of coffee or a nice cup of tea or your favourite beverage, and I'll try and run through what I'm doing. But yeah, this is not necessarily a guide, so yeah, stick with me, guys, and hopefully by the end of the day we will have a king-size bed for under £100 that's going to stand the test of time, and is going to, you know, suffice as a bed. That do. Do I look like I know what I'm doing? I don't. Anyway, we get straight into the video. And that is why I chose to buy an Audi estate, because you can get 8-foot lengths of timber in it and still close the boot. So the build is going well, considering I didn't have a plan. Now, the trickiest part to the whole king-size bed build for under £100 project is trying to build it in such a way that it can be dismantled for transport. So yeah, it would be quite easy to just fire in loads of screws and corner brackets and make this thing really rigid and really strong. But at the same time, this is not its final destination. It needs to be dismantled to go into my car and then driven to where it needs to then be assembled. But it needs to be put up in such a way that it can come down again if it ever needs to. So yeah, that's the trickiest bit, you know, still trying to make it quite strong, but I'm happy with what I've done so far. So yeah, all that's left to do now is load it up in the car, drive it to its destination, and to basically just see if it goes up as easily as it would come down. So yeah, I'll see you when we're there. So guys, I guess the main question is, did we come in on budget, and what was the final price for the bed build? Now, I've done a few more things to it. I've put 2 legs underneath the bed just to give it a little bit of more structural support in the centre, and I do need to come back at a later date and add 2 more pieces of timber just to square and frame off the edge of the bed. I have included those pieces of wood in the budget, the 2 side pieces of timber that I need to basically frame the bed off, and that brought our total up to £98.33p. So yes, we did it, guys. We've built a solid king-size bed, you know, something that you could, you know, quite happily jump on and not go through it. I've tried it, I've tested it. It's a very simple design that, you know, works. I built the headboard up just high enough so that the pillars didn't sort of disappear down the back of it. And what that enabled me to do was use less wood. Instead of going from the top of the headboard all the way down to the floor, as I've done with the kickboard here, it's just one solid piece. To cut back on wood, it made sense to do a hollow frame underneath the headboard, but you know, making it, you know, high enough that the pillars don't fall down the back of it. So I think we've done a pretty good job for the first king-size bed, you know, I've ever built, and without a plan. I think this is a very simple way of doing it. Now, if I was to build one again, would I do anything differently? 1 or 2 things for sure, 100%. But structurally, no, definitely not. I don't think I could have made this any stronger with the tools that I had to hand. It's just literally your basic toolbox, guys. You know, your hammers, your drills, and your hand saw. I mean, I know I used the miter saw for a few cuts. That's simply down to the fact that I'm blind in one eye, and when I use the generic hand saw, sometimes I can go off because my peripheral vision is slightly out of kilter. Plus, it's a bloody good saw. So, yeah. When I add the final bits and pieces to the bed, what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll basically take a few pictures and I'll share them on Digging for Dinner Facebook, possibly on Instagram, just so that you guys can get an overview of what it looked like when it was completely finished. But yeah, I am chuffed to bits. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this project, and yeah, have a lovely day as always. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.